Nintendo has trademarked a ton of old properties recently. Like there was a talk about this. Like all these games have been getting trademarked left and right. And one of the things that I noticed, well, for one thing, it's almost E3 season, so that in and of itself got me hyped. But like one of the games they decided to trademark was Sin and Punishment. We may be getting a new Sin and Punishment game, or at least a re-release. Like an updated re-release of like the first two games would be fine, actually. Maybe yeah, upgrade the graphics a bit. Like I don't know. Like these games would be way more popular if like they actually did not look like complete shit. Like let's be real here. Like I love these games, but damn, are the visuals and like audio terrible. Like the gameplay is stellar, which is the most important thing, obviously. But I can see why. Like even back when Sin and Punishment 2 came out, this is a true story, by the way. Sin and Punishment Star Successor came out around the same time that Uncharted 2 did, so I got to play both in demo stations back to back, and I was. I think I've told this story about Uncharted 2 before. I was amazed at how boring that game was when it was like winning Game of the Year contenders. Like from the get go, like from when I first played Sin and Punishment Star Successor, I was blown away by how like amazing this game was. Like amazing fights, amazing combat, like amazing situations, like amazing controls, just stellar experience. Like, probably one of my all-time favorite demo experiences like ever. Okay, Star Successor was a game I had to have, and of course I didn't end up getting it because at the time it was like full price, and I was like a stupid like kid with no job, and this was just I just couldn't afford it at the time. Like it came out like what? Yeah, like in that time, awkward period when I couldn't like buy all the games I wanted to get like all the time. It was just like it was a really shitty time for me. Okay, being a kid fucking sucks, but I did get to play Sin and Punishment eventually. I did get around to it. I bought it for like $5. Like shit. I was amazed at just how cheap that game was. Like I bought it brand new, as I remember. Like it just did that badly, and it's just such an amazing game. Like one of the underrated games for Wii for sure. Like I've gone on record about this. Like I know tons of people came out and like started sucking this game's dick after Star Fox Zero came out. Like, oh, this is how you use motion controls in a rail shooter. Like, no, both games are good. Like, I love both games. Star Successor is probably better, but I don't know. It has like difficulty. It has like difficulty options. It has like better boss fights. I think slightly better boss fights. Slightly better. Yeah, way more of them. Like just like lots of things I like about both games. But Star Successor, I think, did really poorly. Like nobody knows about that game. Nobody knows about this series, and I am so glad to see Nintendo continue to trademark and support this franchise. Like I was happy when I saw this game get re-released on Wii U. Like I would have bought it if I didn't already own it. Okay, like the original got ported on Wii U. I didn't buy that one either. I have my copy of the original on the Wii, like on the Wii Virtual Console. There, I kind of wish I did buy it on Wii U because like a Miiverse. I don't think I ever went on like the Sin and Punishment Miiverse page. I really wish I did. I would have loved to network with people like who actually play these games and see what they think about it because I don't really know all that much. I don't really know any other fans of this game ever, like who have even ever heard of it. Like it's just such an obscure gem, and the possibility of a Sin and Punishment 3, especially with like Treasure, those guys at Treasure, like getting back together to like make real video games. Yeah, those guys are fucking based, okay? Because the last time I heard from them, one of the guys there, one of the directors, was just talking shit about DLC and loot boxes, and he was like, "I'll never make games like that as long as I live." And I was just like, "Fucking based, dude. Fucking based." Sin and Punishment 3 deserves your love and respect. Way more than that Destiny shit. Way more than that like Titan bullshit. Like Uncharted, like fucking bullshit. Sin and Punishment is where it's at. I don't get where this idea that like PlayStation has like these hardcore experiences come from. Because Uncharted is such a terrible shooter. Like I don't understand the appeal at all. Like at all. Just I know I rail on like the acting and like the cinematics of Sin and Punishment all the time, but they are so bad. They are hilarious. Like Uncharted is bad, but they like try to pretend they're good, and like game journalists are like convinced they're like some cinematic masterpieces. Like I've said this in the past, but if Uncharted ever does get made into a movie, that will destroy the brand. It will, because it'll just show how hackneyed and lazy and uninspired this series actually is. But anyway, um, Sin and Punishment getting made, the possibility of it getting made is really, really exciting to me. Even a port, I think, the possibility of more people getting excited for these games. Like, yeah. Treasure is re-releasing Ikaruga on Switch, aren't they? I have Ikaruga on Xbox One because I did not. Yeah, stupid me thought that like they wouldn't release it on Switch, but apparently they would. So fuck. I feel stupid now. I should have bought Ikaruga on Switch. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I wanted to play that game, so whatever. Treasure. I'm glad to see Treasure start to make a comeback. I'm glad to see them like start to re-release games again, start to like really talk about like serious projects like Sin and Punishment. I'm glad about the possibility of Sin and Punishment 3. This is a studio that deserves your respect.